Hi, good morning, all. It's Eric here. It's a little after 1 o'clock Eastern today on Wednesday, the 26th of July. And I wanted to do it's a little bit of a unique, I guess, video follow-up for you for our free e-letter members. And don't take this the wrong way, but it's something that I've been observing, and it actually is a bit of a conflict for me personally when I think about how much value do I give away for free? Um, when I when I give out information or recommendations, whether it be stocks or it's the general market or whatever else, I I love to give out, what I think and hope is they're gonna be profitable ideas for free members. Some good, reasons for you to be reading the Gold Investment Letter when it comes out. And I could frankly do a little bit of a better job with regard to some more thorough research and fundamentals and market synopsises, which is where I'm shifting a bit going forward, just in terms of, like, say, it's going to be a blog post that is public and I'll release it to all of you guys and we'll talk about the macro environment, the gold miners, the silver miners, the metals, the precious metals themselves, the prices of these things, the US dollar, how it all plays together. My background is fairly diverse in terms of as an investor, as what you would call, I guess, an analyst, also as an investment banker, and a venture capital investor. And one of the things that I've prided myself on is that, and we're launching, it's a new model portfolio that is coming out for our elite and premium members that is revised from the latest ones that we had been active with going into 2021, and then have had a lull on managing an active model portfolio. That has been revised. That is going to be relaunched here this week. We also have a new portfolio that I call our, mini caps, our tiny cap venture portfolio, where I've isolated about a dozen companies, really, really incredible, for six or eight of them that are trading at less than $5 million market caps. Some of these are trading for less than $2 million market caps, that are solvent, have real assets and real people behind them. They're not, former pump and dumps or anything like that. And these are the type of plays that can go up 20, 50, 100 times as we shift into a bull market. And those that are chipping away and buying some of these in the premium and elite sector, they're going to make a fortune along with me. And so those are not the particular or typical ideas that I share or will share here at GIL e-letter. But I find it a little bit frustrating. It's a little weird. We're in a bad market, and we're also in these, like, summer lull months. So I'm taking that into consideration. But I put out a very thorough email with some pretty good stuff on Phenom Resources, which clearly I have like a vested interest in. In fact, if we have a situation where, you question what's my angle, what's this and that, there's one company that basically has my name on the door, and that's Phenom Resources, for what I believe are good reasons. And it's actually something that, I've put my money where my mouth is. And it's also why you hear about it a good amount, because I want my user base, while we're in the doldrums, while we're in tougher times, while we're in low stock valuations, to be exposed to this thing, because I've committed to see it through, meaning whatever they need and whatever can be put together behind the scenes to add value to become a player in vanadium and gold and copper in Nevada. I'm in, and that gives a bit of comfort. Whereas a lot of these companies, many of the juniors, they just run out of steam. They run out of the ability to raise money. We don't have that problem here, to keep these companies going. All right. And particularly with Phenom Resources. However, I send this email out today, and then I just, I'm looking, it's 3 hours after, it's 4 hours after the stock opened, and we've traded 20,000 shares. So 20,000 shares times 30 cents Canadian is like not even $5,000. We have tens of thousands of people on this list. If you guys are that not interested in these ideas, then why should I keep sharing them on the individual company side? I don't know. That's what I'm struggling with. So, you know, I think what I'm offering is just a sharing of my sort of confusion around it, because in times past, unless everybody's on vacation, and that certainly could be the case, in times past, even in difficult markets, we see a bigger reaction to something that, an email that is that much information. And, I even disclosed on there, my current position, which is bigger than ever, 8.475 million shares and warrants in Phenom. It's way more than I should have in any one company. And basically what I'm doing is I'm laying out some of the cases of why, you guys would want to be involved in it alongside of me. And I know that a lot of the elite and premium members, their largest position is Phenom along with me. And I appreciate that, because they're basically putting trust, on the table, money on the table, that this one that stands out above the rest for me, that they want to go along for that ride. So number one, if we see this volume pick up today and tomorrow on Phenom from GIL Elite members, and you guys are actually interested in these ideas, then perhaps I can keep coming out with newer ones as expected. I talked about an energy play that I was going to come out with today or tomorrow at the latest, but this is one where we're still buying it in elite and premium. And if there's nobody doing anything in the GIL e-letter, then maybe I'll just hold off on that indefinitely, because it's a fantastic fucking deal and we're going to make a lot of money on it. And I can tell you this, and what I'm going to do also, just as something that I don't really promote my paid services that often. As you know, a lot of newsletters, they have these automatic emails, you sign up and you get hit every other day or every week. And, this offer, that offer, that offer. I don't do that. I like to get some runway. If you signed up, whether it was you watched a Real Vision video or you saw a sponsorship there, or you heard about me because I've met you in Greece or something, and you come on the free e-letter, you get a little bit of a taste of, kind of what I am about, the research that comes out. You get to see if I'm full of shit. You get to see if I'm, trustworthy. If you get to see if I have the ability to, bring things forth that actually are compelling, and that are, things that you normally wouldn't find, and or information that you can profit from. So that said, for those of you that have been around for a while, I will tell you this: we've got two different very exciting elements in which, if you want to take advantage of what is one of, if not the worst bear market structure I've ever seen in junior mining stocks, this reminds me of mid to late 2015. And what happened after that? In January of 16, all of a sudden, the sector just exploded. The GDXJ tripled in 7 months, much less a lot of these little companies went up 10x or more that we were sticking behind. And some of those, I had already basically started to put together our elite group, where we were financing 500 grand at a time, 750, $1 million in some of these non-brokered private placements. When I can group together our capital, and premium members get opportunities like that, they just don't get all of the opportunities, especially if they're very unique or very, small in terms of allocations or whatever. But, if you would like to have more of these individual ideas, many more of the individual ideas that I think are best of breed, you would like to be exposed to socking away warrants, long-term warrants, and buying stocks at discounts. We're going to be active between now and the rest of the year. The elites get to see that stuff first. If you want to call like an elite membership, sign up. There's going to be a 25% discount for first-time members on premium or elite, good until Friday, for anybody that wants to take me up on the offer. If you do sign up for the elite membership, you get every single thing that I'm doing in my life And that includes, you'll be at least notified if I invest in a cryptocurrency fund. Not every crypto that I buy, by the way. I do talk about crypto selectively when I really think it's time for you to pay attention to it. You have my cell phone number. You have access to me. We do regular check-in calls. We actually have tomorrow catch-up Q&A with elite members that I always leave at 25 people. We've got 22 right now because of some of the activity that I had last year. Some folks fell off, the market being bad, but I'm going to fill that back up with 3 people. And if you're one of them, jump in there and we'll have a discussion. And if for some reason after we chat, it doesn't seem like it'll be a fit, I'll just send you your money back from my side or your side, just to share with you what's going on. And, I'm not looking for any rookies that are get rich quick scheme type folks, but real investors. And I'll share with you a lot of different stuff. And we've had game-changing and life-changing returns over the years. I was looking through our old model portfolio, and the amount of the stocks out of, call it 20, 25 different companies that were in the 3x, 5x, 10x, 15x, 20x, 40x club. That means those went up by that much from when we recommended them until they were hitting tops. Some of them we still cover, some of them we still own partial positions in after selling out and making a lot of money. But those are the ones where you can get really positioned well and more discreetly early on as an elite member, a lot of times through private placements and in the market. Premium members, like this energy deal, carte blanche to buy it for a couple of weeks while it's quiet before anybody else is going to hear about it. And a lot of this stuff, the best ideas, nobody here in the e-letter ever even hears about it, especially some of these smaller ones that really have huge upside in the next bull market. I've spent countless hours scouring and researching and finding some of these plays that, by the way, because I started buying them like a year ago, many of them I'm down like 20, 30, 40% on paper myself. And those are all released in the tiny cap venture portfolio. So you could step in, start buying little small positions in those deals if you wanted to. And I think that is such a no-brainer. If there's 10 companies that are in that mini cap area, some of them even trading barely for over cash, with million ounces of gold in the ground, trading for nothing or $2 an ounce in the ground. These are very, very interesting situations that I've isolated, and they have to meet a certain criteria. And you can't buy a lot at once. You can chip away, but I'm telling you, it's worth your time. I mean, even one of those things, you put in $5,000 and it could turn into 100 or 250 or 500 grand if things go well and we get back into a bull cycle and you buy it in times like now where there are the best opportunities. We also have a number of private placements coming up that are just going to go to the elites. We have a couple other ones that will make it to the premium members, so you can actually take a look at that if you're interested. And this includes also, there are trades, there are swing trades, there's long-term investments, obviously, and there's just a lot more content. So if you're interested in that stuff, hey, here's your chance. I don't give out discounts much. I don't even talk about the service very often. But I'd love to have a slew of you that are serious and that want to really get get an idea of how much more you would get for one of those services. Just buy the 6-month deal at for the $777 normally. I think it's going to be closer to what, $500 or something US. It's nothing. And the elite, usually I believe we're at like 10 grand a year. So that's going to be down to 7,500. It's for first time people that are signing up only, and it's going to be good for up to the first 3 people that signed up or the end of the week. And on premium, that's going to get cut. And frankly, these prices that I have out there today, they're going nowhere but up. Like, we get into another hot market again, and I have an exclusive group here. That's what I want. And so, you lock in your prices. If you lock in, I have people that locked in my first discount offer that was $25 a month for this service. And I still see those payments going through, and I love those people. And really thank you for being there this whole time. This is going back to probably 2012 or 13 when we were offering pricing like that. And the pricing is still very, very reasonable. And but when we start printing money and it gets hot again, number one, we had a wait list in the elite membership of about 30 people before. If you were in that wait list, now you might want to really actually consider. Now is when it's not emotional, it's just logical to go ahead and get involved there. And I am available, and we talk, and I give you information that I just don't give out to everybody, and can, get an idea about who you are and what you want to do, and give you some, give you some bones. Because one of the things that I like to do for those that make the investment in the elite is give you at least one identified trade or opportunity that you are first in, that I believe is, I'm going to everybody with. And just from the buying that builds up in, a slightly better market from all the stages of the gold investment letter, my other newsletters, lead investments and black gold letter, you're going to be up 30, 40, 50% out of the gate. And you can take your elite membership cost and get it out of there. That, and or just some of my best opportunities that I try to isolate for people that do make the investment. And I want to, put people in a position where you're going to get that back. And I'm really actually going to be zeroing in with my current elite members and making sure that for whatever was invested in 2023 between now and the end of the year, if they haven't already, we're going to go ahead and make sure that there's specific situations that they can make that, 10 grand back. Or if they signed up years ago and are only paying, less than that, there are people that are on elite that signed up 10 years ago that, pay $1,000 a quarter, that were clients of mine that were broke when I was a broker 20 years ago. So, and I'll just say this last thing is, guys, I'm back. I was dead last year. Okay. I've made mistakes in my career, in my investment career, and with picks and with things in the newsletter. And I get plenty of people and trolls that'll point out something that I recommended 5 years ago in a better market, like Bravada Gold, and now it's down and this and that. That's fine. It comes with the territory. But let me tell you something. I pick a lot of big fucking massive winners in this market, more than most anybody in the sector. That includes fund managers, family offices, and the smartest individual investors in the world. Okay. And I'm coming back now, and I'm involved as much as I am because of the market conditions, meaning I know that I can make people a lot of money if you're active with me right now, as long as this bear market is taking and into the beginnings of a good bull market. The goals for me with my members is that you're not only going to come out ahead for good on the whole thing, because I'm not going to be beating the drum to chase some stock that we bought at 2 cents that's at $2 because now you finally are interested. We're going to be long freaking gone, and we're going to have locked in potentially life-changing returns in many, many different areas. I will help with putting the brakes on when the brakes need to be put on. I'm available at any time when there's something that you want to bounce off an individual about how you're managing your portfolio, your position sizing. There's a lot of different ideas that I put forth, not a lot, but some very distinct ones in terms of how to, even if a lot of the problem is a lot of people go into a good market, we go way up in the value of our portfolio, but then we always end up coming back down to where we were or worse. I have learned a lot of lessons in this area, folks, and I'm a different individual, the way that I run my money and the way that I portray these different opportunities to people. If you align with me now on one of these premium levels, elite or the premium level, I have a really hard time imagining that you're not going to do very, very well financially. And I believe that, and I've had these letters before, I've had this said to me in meetings before, after even just individual stocks that cause people to be able to buy new homes or to change their life, to change everything about what they were doing. Because we've had, stocks that have gone up incredible amounts and stuck in the game with at least part of that position and mitigated our risk. These are the type of things that I love to dig into. Doesn't mean I'm going to be perfect, but I'll tell you something. I'm back, and I'm better than just about anybody or anybody you're going to get advice from a newsletter writer. And frankly, the thing that distinguishes what I do more than anybody else is I actually care about the results that you have. People say that bullshit. I do. It's the reason I'm in your face right now. I don't even need to work ever again. I got very wealthy from my investments in the market, not from selling trading programs, not from subscriptions to talk about, this and that. And I swing the bat. We will have opportunities here at the Gold Investment Letter that will give you the chances, is not just one, to change your financial profile, because you could make it to the next level, break out of the rat race, break out of the trapped cage with paying for your family and all your bills. And I got to run. That's it for today, folks. I hope you take me up on the links below, and or go buy some Phenom. What are you waiting for? Cheers.